us women and men, but primarily us women, let's be real, we get caught up in that, and we went into an area within the 21st century where we are so desperate now. I know I'm probably going to get some emails about that. I'm okay with it. We're so desperate now, willing to accept anything and everything, that we figure I'll just take it and I'll deal with it later. And that's why there are a lot of divorces in the church. Because we are not seeking God in regards to God, who do you have for me? But we are so much in a rush trying to get married that we take anything and everything, and then we're ready to blame God for why it did not work.
Yeah, and we're so unwilling to be alone. You know, and because we don't want to be alone, like you said, we get into relationships out of desperation. And then now we're in this relationship, it's not working out, but you jumped into something all because you were lonely, all because you were desperate. Nobody wants to be alone to get to know who they are, you know. And that's a hard thing to do, you know, because I've been there. I've been the person who was in a relationship on Friday and broke up with a guy on Friday night and had a new boyfriend on Saturday because I could not be alone. I didn't know what that was all about. In fact, I mean, I saw my mother do, you know, relationship. So I just thought that was the norm. You know, for most people, when you get out of a relationship, we jump right into a relationship because we don't want to hurt. We don't want the pain. We don't want to deal with the pain. Nobody really takes the time to stop and deal with themselves. Right. And so what we do is we run into these relationships expecting people to fix who we are.
That's good.
And then the relationship becomes crazy and chaotic. I often tell people, how you going to expect somebody else to enjoy spending time with you when you don't even like spending time with you? And it's not an easy thing to do, but I'm a living witness that it's doable. You can be single and not be lonely.
That's right. Yes, you are.
It's possible to be single and not be lonely. Take yourself out. Take yourself to the movie. Get with yourself and figure out who you are. Because once you figure out who you are, then you're less willing to accept and be desperate. You know, you're less willing to go and get into relationships that you know are no good for you. But as singles, we don't want to spend time alone. When God created Adam, the one thing that I love about Adam, when I got that revelation, that blew my mind. It was Adam and God. Before Eve came, it was Adam and God. And Adam enjoyed his life. So you can be single and live a joyous life. Live a happy life. You can do the same thing that married people do. You know, there are so many single people there are a bunch of married people that are lonely.
Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. You see it all the time. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's true.
We've got to get to a place where we're okay with being by ourselves. I once heard T.D. Jakes said, if you don't have a strategy for being single, what makes you think you're going to be able to have a strategy when you get married?
And I like what you said, too. If you don't like your own self, or you don't love your own self, you don't love spending time with your own self, what makes you think anybody else would want to spend time? And I don't